So today's prompt is fall, and I struggled quite a bit to decide on what I wanted to paint. At first, I wanted to paint something or someone literally falling, like in a free fall, hurling through space. And now, when I say this, the idea is tempting again, so I might just do that in the future. Fall could also mean the season which we're entering, and I don't know, I didn't want to paint another landscape picture with autumn leaves as I would have usually done. So I kept thinking and then was like, I want to do a spread of things that remind me of fall. So first off is chanterelles. They're like the key definition of fall for me, not pumpkin spice lattes. And then I also wanted to add some red berries that are popping up everywhere now in Sweden as we're heading into fall. I just looked that up on Wikipedia and they're called rowan berries, and I have no idea if I just butchered the name. Anyways, my point is that I didn't have a clear image of what I wanted to paint, but as I started to add one thing to the sketch, another idea was born. What I knew was that I wanted a limited color palette and that it would have autumn-ish colors, like warm colors, but the palette wasn't set either. I started from what I knew I wanted on the painting, and that was yellow chanterelles and then red berries. And the rest came along as I progressed with the painting. I truly enjoy watercolor as a medium. There are so many hues I can achieve that I wouldn't have been able to with, say, colored pencils, like these red berries. Each berry is a little different in redness. Of course, if you have a whole set with hundreds of hues, it wouldn't be such an issue, but that would be a lot of money that I'm not currently willing to spend on. Also, I remember now that I used to really dislike coloring with pencils and filling in my line art when I was younger. There are a couple of reasons to this. First of all, it was tedious. If you had a big area, you'd have to spend so much time filling it in, and one pencil can only do so much. Secondly, I was a coward. I had spent so much time perfecting my lines, creating a scenery that told a story. And now I had to color it? What if I messed it up? What if I chose the wrong color? And I often did. There is no undo button with traditional mediums, and it was a painstaking process to get the sketch to where I wanted it. The risk was too high to justify the reward. So when I did color my drawings, the colors were usually very light and barely there. I think I have gotten bolder since then. I am more willing to test and try and fail. I dare to take the leap and test a new color, because the worst that could happen is that maybe I would dislike the painting. But if you don't try, you won't know and you won't learn. Of course, this is easier said than done, and I still struggle with not daring. Sometimes I don't dare to use my precious watercolor paper that I've bought for so much money, because what if I paint and it doesn't turn out good? I would have just ruined the paper. But I try to not think that much of it anymore. I'm doing bigger pieces on expensive paper, even if I might fail, like I did with the prompt hand, and it turned out pretty good. But it can't always turn out perfect, and that's fine. That's why I think PEACHTOBER is such a great time for me, because I get to try and dare more. Okay, I'll continue my ramblings some more because I usually don't get to share these types of thoughts. Instagram captions are a little limited for this type of talk. So another reason why I like watercolors so much is just like I mentioned, I don't like filling in big areas with a small tip like a pencil. With watercolor, I can do big washes with my big brushes much quicker, and if the gods are on my side, maybe even a smooth wash. I find it a little bit funny that I think time efficiency is one of watercolor's strengths, because when I think of it, it might as well take an equal amount of time, because doing a big wash usually requires a lot of preparing, such as mixing up the right colors and having the colors ready to be picked up. you need to act fast when doing the actual wash, because if the paper dries unevenly, you might get unintended effects. And then after putting on the wash, you also need to wait for it to dry. So yeah, time efficiency might not be the right word for it, but I suppose I like to work fast during the actual painting. Some might find it relaxing and enjoyable to take one small piece at a time, but I want to do it in one go. However, when it comes to this painting, I didn't have to prepare the colors so much, nor wait for them to dry. I could work in sections, jumping from one part to another while I was waiting for something to dry. So that was pretty neat. Ooh, here's the boot. So this one is actually inspired by my friend Edvin. He's got some really cool fashion style and sturdy boots for fall. And the boot also inspired me to paint the raincoat, which he also has, a yellow one. So there are some elements here that are inspired by him. But what I find challenging about this is that I chose to have a limited color palette, as I said in the start, so the boots couldn't be brown or black as they actually are in real life. Or, well, they could, but then there wouldn't be harmony with the rest of the spread, like the green thermos or the purple and pink umbrella. So I had to make use of the colors that were already set on paper and transfer them to the boot, but still have it make sense. I wasn't too sure when I painted it green with purple laces and a pink sole, but I think it turned out pretty good. I wouldn't mind owning a pair of boots if they look like that. But yeah, this is something I struggle a lot with, to not pick a realistic color. I have a mental model of what a boot looks like. It's brown with black soles, so it's a little bit difficult getting away from that. But I'm still proud that I managed to pull it off with this odd color scheme. Alright, those were most of my thoughts for this piece, and I'll put on some music for the rest of the video. Hope you enjoy watching! And that was it. Truly like this spread and all the colors and all the details. It's cute. We even have a thermos with cafe. Yeah, hope you like it. Peace.